Welcome into another episode of Hawks Nest. I'm Clay Harrell. Today I'm joined by Justin Trevelyan and Roman Holloway. And today we're going to take a look at the impact of COVID once again on sports. Well, it's kind of been a while. The last sporting event that we've had was the War for the Wheel. We're getting closer to basketball season. The women's team was supposed to open against Missouri Baptist here next Saturday. That game gets canceled. I think MoBap didn't want to travel for COVID concerns was the reason. So, Justin, I'm going to go straight to you here. Do you think we see more of this here, specifically at SEMO to start?
I definitely think just the way the COVID numbers are rising all around the country and in Missouri especially, I hate to speculate, but it's hard to think that a lot of teams will be able to travel and play right here.
I agree. I think, and maybe you don't see it as far as maybe some of these bigger schools, but like MoBap's a JUCO school, so not maybe wanting to just risk that, it maybe seems not worth it to them. Roman, I'll go to you. Do you think we see more of this?
Definitely, I think so. You look at it, and this is probably going to affect the spring too, because we're all going to go back home and have that extended break and anything like that. We're going to come back, and we're going to be in the same situation as we were in kind of the summer. So I think you're definitely going to see a lot of impact on these colleges.
Well, you see, SIU was supposed to go to a tournament in Louisville, and they drop out, and then Louisville drops out of their own tournament. So I'm not even sure if that tournament's being played. So it's not like it's only happening here. It's definitely something that is alarming, but I think it's something that is going to be under control, and I hope that we can still see some games played. The men's team's supposed to go to Kansas City here next weekend as well. And, still exciting. We're still getting sports back. We haven't had anything since football, and then once spring rolls around. But, it's not just happening here, though. It's kind of the thing that's important. Like, in football side, Michigan State and Maryland got canceled this week. There's a lot going on, Justin.
Yeah, there definitely is. You're seeing every week now less and less college football games getting played, and I think it's with all the traveling, they're picking up COVID places, but it's definitely hard to think that football is going to be able to continue.
It was really cool, though. I think it was last weekend or the weekend before, UCLA and Cal play some random game, not on the schedule because both teams had a bunch of games canceled for COVID. It was like on a Sunday in the morning, and it almost is like in a way of like when you're back in high school, right? Like you don't because when you're playing in a college, you have your schedule set and you scout going into it. And here you're playing, UCLA's playing Cal, and they're like preparing just the week before, 1 week for that team. So that was kind of cool to kind of look back and, get like a high school like pickup game feel to it. I didn't know what your thoughts on it were though, Roman.
Like SEMO and SIU, it's like they just focused on that one week, which I thought was kind of cool. So it's kind of similar to something like that, it's definitely strange, but it's kind of cool at the same time that we have something.
Yeah, and we're getting closer. Like, if we can get to, I guess, after this Kansas City, looking at the schedule for the women's, they're here a lot, and then they go to conference. So you got to hope that you keep everybody healthy, continue some winning ways, women's team especially. Men's team's looking to turn it around. I still think Duke should be coming to SEMO. Mike Krzyzewski should have to show his face in the Show Me Center and try to take down the mighty SEMO Redhawks. Do you guys agree or disagree?
I definitely think it would be fun to see Duke come to SEMO and try to hang in with our Redhawks. But
I'm going to be honest, Mike Krzyzewski would probably tell the assistant coach, like, hey, you guys handle this one today. Yeah. He's going to go scout. But, hey, that's when SEMO catches him by surprise.
Yeah,
4-point win if it ever happened. But instead, we're going to focus on the Kansas City tournament, and then you go to Evansville out of conference. So we'll focus on that because I think that's probably more important than speculating over whether or not Duke should have to show their face in the Show Me Center. Or, other way around. We could go to Cameron Indoor, I guess, if we really had to. If Duke wanted to, if we wanted to see a big upset, Hawks Nest would be right there, storming the court, all three of us.
That'd be awesome. Chris Harris is going to shoot the game-winning shot.
We are really going off the rails here. I'm really known for my crazy predictions. Do you guys have one thing to look out for maybe heading into the men's and women's season, just to give a quick prediction?
I definitely think the men's team can turn it around a little bit. I don't think they're going to win the OVC, but they're definitely going to be a little bit better, I think. And the women, we don't have to worry about them. They're going to continue their winning ways, I think.
I will say, when I had a meeting with Anthony and Justin for ESPN Plus, Justin Nelson thinks that they're going to finish top 3 in the OVC. And I like the optimism. I have the men's team, that is. I think that's a realistic goal. I'm going to say realistic for that one. Obviously, they haven't had the most success in the last few years, but I think a new coach, some new players. It's going to be really interesting to see them get back on the court. I'm really excited to see Nana Atkinson, transfer from Nebraska, get out there and play. I think that'll be a big thing. But Roman, do you have a prediction for the men's or women's?
I'm looking at, I talked to a few of the guys on the men's team, Chris Harris and a few of the other guys that I talked to, and they're extremely motivated to get back in there, especially Chris, because he's coming off that injury, and he's just really excited. He thinks that they can really turn it around, so I think they're gonna turn it around this year.
And obviously, like Justin said, there's really the women's team. You know what they bring when Coach Patterson expects from her players, and obviously I expect them to see them right back at the top of the OVC. But that's all I have for this week of this episode of Hawks Nest. I think this is the last one before we go on to the podcast time. Semester's coming to an end, so be sure to tune into southeastarrow.com next week for a new revamped way of Hawks Nest. Have a great day.